Danish rye bread with cheese, a hearty and nutritious breakfast. Introduction: the story behind Danish rye bread. Rye bread, or rugbrød as it's known in Denmark, is a staple of Danish cuisine and has been for centuries. This dense, hearty bread is rich in fiber and nutrients, making it a popular choice for breakfast, lunch, and even dinner. The tradition of baking rye bread in Denmark dates back to the Viking Age, and it has remained a beloved part of the Danish diet ever since. Unlike the soft, fluffy white bread common in many other countries, Danish rye bread is robust and slightly tangy, with a deep, earthy flavor that pairs perfectly with a variety of toppings. One of the simplest and most traditional ways to enjoy it is with a slice of good cheese, creating a meal that is both satisfying and nutritious. This breakfast is not only delicious, but also provides long-lasting energy, making it the perfect way to start the day. Why Danish rye bread for breakfast? Danish rye bread is the perfect breakfast choice for those looking for a hearty, filling meal that will keep them going until lunch. It's rich in fiber, low in fat, and full of whole grains, making it a healthy option. Pairing it with cheese adds protein and calcium, making it a well-rounded breakfast. Plus, it's incredibly easy to prepare. Just slice the bread, add your favorite cheese, and you're ready to go. Ingredients for the Danish rye bread: 2 cups 240g whole rye flour, 1.5 cups 180g whole wheat flour, half a cup 60g sunflower seeds optional, a quarter cup 30g flax seeds optional, 2 teaspoons salt, 1 teaspoon active dry yeast, 2 cups 480 milliliters warm water, a quarter cup 60 milliliters dark molasses or honey, 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar. For serving, a selection of cheeses such as Hearty, Gouda, or Danish blue cheese. Butter for spreading, optional. Fresh herbs such as dill or parsley. For garnish, optional. Sliced radishes, cucumbers, or tomatoes, optional. Step-by-step instructions. 1. Prepare the dough. In a large mixing bowl, combine the rye flour, whole wheat flour, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, and salt. In a separate bowl, dissolve the yeast in the warm water, then stir in the molasses or honey and apple cider vinegar. 2. Mix the dough. Pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and stir until a thick, sticky dough forms. The dough will be much wetter and stickier than typical bread dough. This is normal for rye bread. 3. First rise. Cover the bowl with a clean kitchen towel or plastic wrap and let the dough rise in a warm place for about 2 hours, or until it has doubled in size. 4. Shape the loaf. Once the dough has risen, grease a loaf pan and transfer the dough into the pan. Smooth the top with a spatula or wet hands. Cover again and let it rise for another hour. 5. Preheat the oven. While the dough is rising, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit 175 degrees Celsius. 6. Bake the bread. Bake the bread for about 1 hour, or until the top is firm and the bread sounds hollow when tapped. If the top is browning too quickly, cover it with foil during the last 15 minutes of baking. 7. Cool and slice. Remove the bread from the oven and let it cool in the pan for 10 minutes before transferring it to a wire rack to cool completely. Once cool, slice the bread into thick pieces. 8. Serve with cheese. Serve the rye bread with a selection of cheeses. Spread a little butter on the bread if desired, then add a slice of cheese. Garnish with fresh herbs or sliced vegetables for extra flavor and crunch. Serving suggestions. Danish rye bread with cheese is a versatile dish that can be enjoyed in many ways. Classic breakfast. Pair your rye bread with a slice of Hearty or Gouda and a cup of strong Danish coffee. Open-faced sandwiches. Top the rye bread with cheese, then add sliced radishes, cucumbers, or tomatoes for a fresh, crunchy element. Brunch option. Serve alongside a selection of cold cuts, boiled eggs, and pickled vegetables for a traditional Danish brunch spread. Best beverage pairing. A robust, dark coffee pairs perfectly with the deep flavors of rye bread. Alternatively, try a cup of herbal tea or a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice to balance the savory richness of the cheese. Shortcuts and tips. Pre-made rye bread. If you're short on time, you can use store-bought Danish rye bread. Look for a dense, whole grain loaf with minimal additives. Add flavor. For a more complex flavor, add a tablespoon of caraway or fennel seeds to the dough. Storing. Rye bread keeps well for several days at room temperature. Store it in a paper bag or bread box to prevent it from becoming too moist. Nutritional information per serving based on 8 servings. Calories, 220 kilocalories. Carbohydrates, 38 g. Protein, 7 g. Fat, 4 g. Fiber, 6 g. Sugar, 6 g. Sodium, 350 milligrams. Final thoughts. Danish rye bread with cheese is a simple yet satisfying way to start your day. This traditional breakfast is not only delicious, but also packed with nutrients that will keep you energized throughout the morning. Whether you enjoy it plain or with an array of toppings, this dish is sure to become a staple in your breakfast routine.
Much for watching. To not miss any further recipe or cooking plan, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next yummy cooking idea.